Voice of the People FM, the station that gives you the voice to talk, and we ensure that we live true to that, right? Good evening and welcome to the Evening Rush. This is where Nigeria's finest conversation takes place every single evening. We're here again to do justice to yet another round of conversation. My name is Precious Inye. This show is produced by Promise. She will be joining us in a flash, but let's let you in on the conversations that we'll be tracking this evening, or perhaps the hot topics this evening. Right, protesters storm National Assembly over Kaduna village bombing. As though that wasn't enough, yet another protest again. All right, Wike must go. Abuja people don't cry out, as they are saying that as another set of protesters stormed, National Assembly, demanding that Governor Nyesom Wike has to leave so that they can breathe. I don't know why that has to be that way anyway, but these are the conversations that we're tracking, and we'll let you in on them as we proceed. Let's go further to other conversations, shall we? Northern group calls for sacking of defense chief, army chief over bombing of civilians. Still over that. Yeah, I did tell you before, protesters stormed National Assembly over Kaduna village bombing. Yep, okay, yes. We did say that before. Yes. And then moving on, Rivers Parliament gets new majority leader and chief whip. You'd recall that the majority leader is now the House, the Speaker of the House. Okay. All right. You'd also recall that he was impeached. He was brought down from that position. Okay. All right. So let's go straight to other conversations. Protesters rock Zaria over Nigerian army bombing of Kaduna community, killing 120. So these are about 3 protests today alone. Well, then again, we'll visit other conversations as thousands of FCT Indigenes storm National Assembly, demands Wike's resignation as minister over alleged land racketeering. We say, wait, they do our land, do not like ammo. So I have an audio clip that I would also play for you to, help out with that conversation. Moving on, protesters storm National Assembly. Yeah, I did say that before. Yes, okay. And then again, 2024 budget. Femi Gbajabiamila gets 10 billion naira to renovate official residence. Another 10.1 billion naira for computer software in the 2024 budget, even though there's been a response that that's exactly not the case, but that's the breakdown that we have, but we'll get to look at it entirely. Okay, and 2023 election, this report says an alleged APC member pleads guilty to vote buying and conspiracy. We'll also look into that conversation. EFCC chairman labels 70% of Nigerian university students as internet fraudsters, as he says, out of every 10 students, or out of every 10 students in Nigerian university, 7 of them are into Yahoo. So that is 7 out of every 10 students are into Yahoo. All right, Lagos. These are the hot topics of this hour. Let's quickly take a breather and then go straight to the conversation.
Sit tire for here, put am for him neck, burn am. Yes, I no go find better work do. Na Yahoo dem go dey do. Burn am. Stop! That person wey you wan born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You wey light the fire, you no get heart. Say no to jungle justice.
You uncle wey follow for the crowd dey look wey dem dey burn person, you no stop dem. E dey do you like film abi? Your hand sef no clean o. You fit enter gbege. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Lagos, you are welcome back. Let's get straight to the conversation right away, shall we? Okay, so let's start with this story that's got to do with the EFCC. As Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) Chairman Ola Olukoyede has labeled 70% of Nigerian university students as internet fraudsters. That is all of them. 70% of them are Yahoo. Now, according to a statement at the Anti-Corruption Agency's Twitter page or X page, the EFCC boss disclosed this while speaking on Monday, day before yesterday, with a delegation from Dar Communications PLC, AIT, at EFCC headquarters in Jabi, Abuja. Mr. Koyede had described internet-related crimes as a menace and cankerworm in the society. Quoting him, I said, "It is worrisome that 7 out of 10 students today are involved in cybercrimes." He stated, indicating that 70% of Nigerian university students are estimated to be involved in internet fraudulent practices. My dear people of God, where did these children learn this from? How did it get this bad? Was it like this at the times we attended university? What is going on? What is with the trend of this case? Okay. And then why is it like it's so difficult to even ensure that we stop it? Why has it become such a thing? We've been talking about cases of these young men killing their girlfriends or luring them from time to time and trying to use their body parts for rituals to aid Yahoo. That's also a thing. And you go to universities, you see the cars that these children are using. Even the lecturers will be intimidated. Whilst these lecturers earn peanuts compared to what the lifestyle that these young men are now brandish. It is very, very pitiable. All right, let's go to the next conversation. As yesterday, Wednesday, the Kejo division of the Lagos State High Court remanded an alleged APC member, Wahab Ahmed, in EFCC custody over alleged conspiracy and vote buying during the 2023 presidential and parliamentary elections. Did you hear that? He was remanded in custody over an alleged conspiracy and vote buying during the 2023 presidential and parliamentary elections. I had to calm down to read it so you understand. That is, we are beginning to hold people accountable now for electoral fraud or electoral malpractice or election malpractice. Okay, Justice Ismail Ijelu remanded the defendant after pleading guilty to a 2-count charge bordering on conspiracy and bribery preferred against him by the EFCC. The judge adjourned the trial until December 7 for a review of facts and judgment. Now, the defendant told the court that he could neither speak nor understand English or Pidgin, pleading that the charges should be read to him in Yoruba language. The EFCC prosecutor, Samuel Daji, told the court that on February 25, the defendant conspired with another suspect, Segun Ijitola, now at large, that is Inoron, we never see him, to pay voters during the 2023 presidential election and National Assembly elections. Mr. Daji rather said the defendant, an alleged member of the All Progressives Congress committee, committed the offense at Unit 28, Baja Girls Junior High School in Surulere. The prosecutor said the defendant and his accomplice bribed voters at Unit 28. That is according to this report. So he told the court that the offenses contravened sections 121 subsection 1, subsection 5 and sections 121 subsection 1 and section 1 and section 3 of the Electoral Act 2022. So Mr. Daji added that since the defendants had pleaded guilty to the charges, that is, Ingrid say yes. Do you agree that you go bribe people, pay them money, make them for vote for person? He said, yes, my lord, I agree. So now the court is saying that since he had pleaded guilty, the court should grant short adjournment to enable EFCC to fine-tune the case facts for a review. The defense counsel, Olabi Ademola, considered a short adjournment until December 7 and prayed the court to remand the defendants in EFCC custody. So tomorrow we'll hear the end of this case. I do hope that I'll bring you an update on the case tomorrow. Finally, looks like the court is now holding the court is now holding people accountable, or our courts are now holding people accountable for electoral malpractice. Interesting, isn't it? Let's move to other conversations, shall we? So, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, I dare say, is expected to get a total allocation of 21 billion naira in next year's budget. This is according to the budget estimates presented to the National Assembly by the President last month. Okay? For not just last month, just about last week, just so we don't make it look like it's been very far. So a breakdown of the proposed estimates as uploaded on the website of the Budget Office of the Federation, however, shows that Mr. Gbajabiamila proposed 104 million naira for the purchase of computers and printers for local travel and transport for international training. The CSO's office plans to spend 579 million naira, while miscellaneous is expected to go up 103 million naira. That's according to the expenses. But let's get further to other figures. A further breakdown of the proposed budget allocations shows that the projects for reconstruction and repair of the CSO's Chief of Staff, that's CSOs, so you understand, of the Chief of Staff's official residence is to get 10 billion naira. You'd recall that Minister of the FCT, I almost wanted to say Governor Nyesom Wike, Minister of FCT Nyesom Wike had said that, okay, 15 billion imputed in the budget, so 15 billion is what we need to get a befitting, resident for the VP, Vice President Kashim Shettima. But this one, renovation of the Chief of Staff's quarters or residence by this budget is 10 billion naira. Now, another one is computer software purchase is expected to go up about 10 billion naira. That is 10.1 billion naira according to, the story. And then 290 million naira is the allocation for purchase of vehicles only. Yeah, only 290 million because that's about the, tiniest of thing. Okay, so that's about it. Remember that we've also been talking about, everything surrounding the budget and how the House have come to say that this budget is submitted, there is no breakdown in it to break down all the show face one by one, and these are the breakdowns that have been showing face. So the budget presented made, well, let's forget about that story. Well, there is also a report that the Chief of Staff has said that no, I am not getting 21 billion naira for anything. It is wrongly represented. Well, Lagos, this is a conversation that we have. Once we have a tangible update, I will also ensure that I bring it back to you. All right, moving on now. Protesters stormed the National Assembly premises in Abuja on Wednesday today in reaction to the Sunday bombing of a village in Kaduna State. Now, I am getting this now from the Daily Trust because they reported the story. Yes. So the protesters today Wednesday stormed the National Assembly premises in Abuja over the killings of many innocent citizens by military drone on Sunday. The protesters who besieged the National Assembly entrance gate for over 2 hours, that is for 2 hours and day for the gates, they are solidarity for our people who didn't kill, just so you understand, demanded justice for victims of the bombing and asked the Minister of Defense, Abubakar Badaru, to either live up to his responsibility or throw in the towel. So Daily Trust had also reported how over 90 villagers of Tundumbiri and Rigasa district of Igabi local government area of Kaduna State were killed when a drone of the Nigerian army bombed a gathering of residents who were celebrating Maulud Sunday night. So residents said the incident also left over 60 people, 60 at the last count was about 120, the death toll. So addressing newsmen, leader of the protesters under the issues of National Youth Council of Nigeria and Northwest Zone and Arewa movement, Nasiri Ishaku, demanded justice for the victims. He said the killings of innocent Nigerians, especially in the northern part of the country, on a daily basis was unacceptable and can't be tolerated anymore. Ishaku urged the National Assembly to probe into the Sunday killings in Kaduna State and take decisive action to save the country. He said, for those who have eyes to see, let them see well, and those who have ears to hear, make one hear well and listen attentively. Nigeria is not well because Nigerians are being killed day by day. Security situation in the country keeps deteriorating since according to him, Badaru, inception of Minister of Defense. These two organizations have a moral obligation to express our grievances, because Nigeria is in a shamble in terms of security of lives and property, most especially in northern Nigeria. They said quite a lot. Nigeria keeps losing members of the armed forces, which includes the Army, the Air Force, the Navy, and members of the Nigerian Police Force. Our university students are still in captivity. You do recall, the series of university attacks that we've been having over there. That's exactly what he's saying. And no one knows their whereabouts. These are the clear indications that the Minister of Defense is incompetent to handle the sensitive ministry. Therefore, he should wake up to his responsibilities or resign. But the Minister for State for Defense, Matawale, has also reacted to some of those, where he did say that, that the incidental killing of civilians would not stop the fight against banditry or terrorism. That fight will continue. We will continue to begin terrorism. Say this one, we will make mistake, just kill one person. Go stop that one. We will continue to do them. Now, talking about protests too, thousands of indigenes of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, you can call them the Wari people, or people who live in Abuja, right? Or the indigenes of Abuja, and civil society groups. Today, Wednesday, this same Wednesday, held a massive protest calling for the resignation of Ijeoma Wike as Minister of FCT. The protesters who stormed the National Assembly complex said that Wike's administration was incompetent and lacked vision for the APC. That's to say, they're not sabi do the work. That is, they're incompetent. That is, Ijeoma Wike not sabi do the work. And so you don't get vision for the FCT. Now, speaking for the protesters, Adamu Kabir Matazu, a convener of the Civil Society Network of Civil Societies for Economic Sustainability, said Wike should also be probed over his policies and land allocations in the FCT. He talked plenty, but Baker give you small of waiting he talk. Quoting him now, he says, "We stand united to express our concern over the direction of the Federal Capital Territory FCT under the watch of Ijeoma Wike. It's abysmal and disturbing for the FCT to become an epicenter of controversy due to the misguided actions of Wike, which not only undermines President Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, but also casts a shadow on the credibility of the federal government, generally. We are here today to demand the immediate resignation, investigation, and prosecution of Ijeoma Wike as Minister of the FCT due to his inefficiency in a government that promises to renew the hope of Nigerians. Our hope no can renew again. A government that wishes to give hope to its citizens must be run by men who possess required qualities of a leader." They said a lot. I don't even know what to say. Wike has remained inefficient in the discharge of his duties and has failed to live up to the vision of his administration, or the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and should therefore be sacked from office. While the federal government has been calm and calculated in its reform, that's what they said, they went on and on and on. Many residents of the views that the land reforms being carried out by Wike are suspected to be targeted at disposing Nigerians of their properties. You recall that, why do I keep calling him president? Governor Ijeoma Wike did, make quite a number of changes in the FCT, where you can now get your C of O. First we heard it was 5 million naira, but now it's been beat down, I think to 3 million naira. Other reforms like that. And he did say that everybody with the federal government, for all the taxes you're supposed to pay for your land, you must pay. If you don't pay, we'll collect your land. Quite a lot of them. But let's hear the protesters talk. Take a listen.
Wike must go. Nigerians stand united that Wike must go. Wike must go. He's an unnecessary distraction in the FCT. But President Bola Tinubu must remove Wike as Minister of FCT. He's bringing unnecessary distraction to the government. We as responsible citizens, we cannot accept this kind of uncouth, indecorous person to continue to pilot the affairs of FCT. His actions are avoidably controversial and hurting, and his diction has been foul, combative, and condescending, as if he's a deliberate punishment sent to the people of the Federal Capital Territory by President Tinubu. Inyesan Wike's alleged penchant for land grabbing and cronyism has begun to emerge, as some of the land reforms are suspected to be targeted at dispossessing Nigerians of their properties and reacquiring them through cronies. There is tension in the FCT today under the brutal and sometimes criminal Wike is coming menace. His recent clash with the governor of Rivers State, Sasim Siminalayi Fubara, isn't just a mere political disagreement, but a display of dirty politics that has no place in a civilized society. Wike's preoccupation with personal vendetta has diverted his attention from his primary responsibility, neglecting the critical objectives set by the federal government for the FCT. Wike's high-handedness in land policies, the revocation of lands, perceived animosity towards a particular section of the country, and the alarming manner in which lands are allocated reeks of high-level corruption. It is evident that the action of Mr. Wike do not align with the government agenda for reforms and development in the FCT. Mr. Wike's tactics, reminiscent of an emperor, which is exhibited during his tenure as governor of Rivers State. And these are detrimental to the progress and growth we seek for our FCT and the nation at large.
That from the protesters there about Wike. Now, speaking about Wike's antecedents in River State, as mentioned by the protesters or the leader of the protest, Major Jack, PDP, Akokotoro, and Franklin Wabochi, PDP, Ogba Egbema Ndoni, one, have emerged as majority leader and chief whip of the River State House of Assembly. In a very interesting turn of a big twist of event in River State. You need to follow this, River State story very, very, very well, because it's very, very interesting. So, okay. So the new House leaders emerged and subsequently took the oath of office following an election by 27 members during Wednesday's plenary at the Assembly chamber. Commenting on their emergence, Speaker Martins Amehula. Okay. This is the faction of Amehula. Obiakpo congratulated the officers while charging them to remain committed to their new responsibilities. Also, NME Judge PDP Asari Toro moved a motion to commend the speaker. The legislators unanimously supported the motion as they extolled the sterling leadership qualities of the speaker and his team. In separate remarks, members applauded the House leadership for upholding the tenets of democracy. Similarly, the Financial Autonomy Bill 2023 has scaled second reading. The Speaker emphasized the bill's importance and stated his conviction that when passed, the governor would assent to it. The Speaker, however, alleged that the governor, Siminalayi Fubara, had withheld the funds meant to manage the parliament for November. So it was gathered that Governor Sim Fubara or Governor Siminalayi Fubara did not pay, this faction of the State House of Assembly, what's due them this month, in the month of November. That's exactly what Amehula is saying here. So he also assured the Parliament's readiness to continue its constitutional functions despite negative distractions. The bill has also been referred to the House Committee on Public Accounts for hearing and other legislative scrutiny. The 32-member House had been divided into two factions since October, following the impeachment of Majority Leader Edison Ehe, who, by the way, is the Speaker of the other wing. While Mr. Mehula retained 26 members, Edison Ehe has been operating, with 4 members. So it is 4 against 2. So it is now the other people now that have, done something. Well, some prominent people of the River State politics have, come out to lambast, I don't know if I should call it lambast, or remind Governor Nyesom Wike that one man's interest cannot be greater than the interest of the overwhelming majority of Rivers people, which Wike always says. He always says that one man's interest cannot be greater than the interest of the overwhelming majority of Rivers people. So he said when he was governor, he taught us that the interest of Rivers State must come first at all times. So as good students of his political philosophy, we will abide by that the way he taught us, and we'll learn it. So what's going on now in Rivers State, we do not know. But then again, this protest in Abuja, is it like another push again, for Governor Nyesom Wike? Because you do recall that former Governor Nyesom Wike, FCT minister, had also come under attack, was it attack? But quite a number of, people, especially Sheikh Gumi, had mentioned that Nyesom Wike isn't doing exactly the choice for an FCT minister. You'd recall that a lot of people were saying, as the first FCT minister from the southern extraction of the country, that it's usually northerners that should take up that position, even though he may not practically be the first. So there's been a lot of call that what he's doing is, the fact that he wants to stop open grazing, some of his policies and all that is almost anti-North and anti-Islam thereabout. So there's been that call of his policies, and then now again with the land issues, and then with what's happening in Rivers State. People of God, let's get into the conversation. Phone lines are now officially open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Let's begin to take your thoughts and reactions on the conversations that we have on a hot topic this evening. All right, phone lines are open. I have quite a number of reactions already. I don't even know where to start from. Maybe I should go to YouTube or just go to WhatsApp where I have lots of messages. Perhaps just take my phone calls. Hello, good evening to you.
Hi, Precious. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Welcome. Good evening. What's your name, sir? And where are you calling from?
Remy from Apoka.
Remy, you're welcome. Interesting for you to be my first caller. Go ahead.
Yeah, crime is crime, no matter how you it's being committed.
I can hear you. Say that again.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
I said crime is crime, no matter how it's being committed.
So your line is all muffled up. We can barely hear you.
No, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Okay, go ahead.
I said crime is crime, no matter how it is being committed. Fair enough.
Crime is crime no matter where it is committed. Is that what you said?
Yes, I hear enough now. I just want to know.
So your network is really very bad. I think no, it's not. It's not clear enough at all. You may have to call us back. The network is really bad, Remy. I'm so sorry. I apologize. You may have to call us back. Because phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 0700 903 9039. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Henry.
Henry, do you like this whole bag that you can hear? Why not help us turn off the volume of your radio set? All right, thank you. Welcome.
I'm a first-time caller.
Hey, where is my bell? Oh, my bell is far away from me. Congratulations. Welcome.
Yeah. What I want to talk about is the renovation of Femi Gbediamila's house and how much worth of computer do you save? If you can remember.
10.1 billion naira.
10.1 billion naira.
Absolutely, that's
what I want to say about that is about Tinubu's government. He has only come to squander and finish Nigeria's money.
Oh no, you don't say that. You don't say that.
Allow me to speak my mind.
I will let you speak your mind, but you speak your mind with decorum. You say things that are facts on radio.
Okay.
Things that can be verified. Things that if they call you today and tell you to bring proof, you can proof all of it in case they decide to arrest you today.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say that.
All right, go ahead.
When looking at it, look at from Shetima's house to build house for Shetima. Look at the amount they wanted to use. Now the delegate they sent to Dubai. Look at the amount they wasted. All these things put together. I don't know. I don't know how they want Nigeria to be in future. Now, leaving that aside, going to the university student that they said 10 out of 7 students.
No, 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10.
Okay, 7 out of
yes.
Into Yahoo.
Yes.
It's because of the situation of the country. Nobody wants to remain poor. assuming the government of the nation is putting things in place, no young man or a student will even think of going to do such kind of business. It's because of the country is looking backward, not even going forward. I know that there are evil young men in the country, but because of the situation they find themselves, they don't want to remain poor. They'll have to find another means of upgrading their life. So that is because of all those things. The government should look into all these things and make our country, Nigeria, to be a great country. Sometimes I don't work in a government office. I do my own business. I hustle to survive. I'm not getting anything from government. But the things that this government is doing to Nigeria is very, very uncalled for. We need to say the truth. Everybody wake up. One day there will be a revolution in this country. Let everybody come up and speak against this government. We are tired of all this nonsense. Let me tell you one story that happened today. And where we are doing business. The food vendors that do serve us food will order for food. They will bring the letter. They will have to come and collect their money. You understand me? Somebody ordered food and he kept it on the table, on his table. The guy brought the food and kept it on his table. Now, the person that owned the food just went outside to eat himself. Before he come back, he couldn't find that food again. Some hungry person are picking the food and go and eat the food. And they were looking for the food. They couldn't find it. Can you find the situation? Can you see the situation we find ourselves in this country? How could somebody steal a food that is kept for another person to eat? Till now, they look at everywhere. Nobody could say, I'm the one that picked that food and eat. So my sister, we are tired of this country. And this morning they're saying that they want to renovate Bajabiawela's house and bought computer. I trust my principal. If he was the one in that Asorok, he wouldn't allow such thing to happen. I know he can't. But let me just leave it like that. That is all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, Lagos phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. It's so sad. It's so sad to see how people are suffering in their father's land. Wallahi, it's really very sad. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Madam President.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Akim. I'm calling from Agbara.
Akim, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. I want to talk about the bombing in Kaduna.
Yes, please, go ahead. Well, the bombing is past. It's now the protest and, what follows. So go ahead.
I just want to please with Nigerian army to please stop the way they are treating Nigeria. It's becoming too much of Nigerian army. The issue of killing people, whether mistakenly or whatsoever, is becoming systemic and a pattern in Nigerian army. And you will not hear anything happen to anybody. Nigerian army should behave as if they are part of this country. If you kill somebody intentionally, you go for you go for a murder case. If you kill somebody unintentionally, you will go for manslaughter. No Nigerian army has ever been tried for mistakenly killing anybody. And sometimes they do it brazenly and intentionally. God forbid, but if anything happens between you and Nigerian army and there's an encounter, when that army get to the bar, he will go there and molest his colleague. They will come and attack anybody that's available, even killing people. I've witnessed many times like that. Nigerian army has done. Hello.
Are you saying what you know, what you have proof to?
Madam President.
Sir?
In 2006 in Lagos at Erasi police station, there was a clash between army and the police on the road. The Nigerian army went to the barrack, mobilized their armor tank, entered the police barrack, killing police wife and children. The federal government set up the committee, and that was the end of the matter. There's another thing that happened at Ikorodu. They killed the DPO, they killed the DCO, and they killed the operation officer because there was a clash. There was a clash between the Nigerian army and the police. So we don't. I can go on now. I that I'm talking. I nearly did a team of the revenge attack. Sometime last year, somebody have an encounter with Nigerian army, and there was a fracas. They were even the one that fought. People gather, they talk to the army, they say they even give the army man money to go and treat himself. The guy went back to wherever he went to, he mobilized people come, it is God that saved me that day. They attack people that won't. So, in fact, that's why I always say this. I have no sympathy for Nigerian army. And this thing that happened, like I told you, the Nigerian law, if you kill somebody intentionally, it's a murder. If you kill somebody unintentionally, you will go for manslaughter. Has there any Nigerian army being tried? Okay, look at the policeman that killed somebody at that killed a lawyer. The guy has been sentenced to death. Tell me Nigerian army that has been sentenced to death for killing Nigeria brazenly. So I think we should stop disgracing this country. Uniform is just ordinary clothes, nothing of the swan. They didn't put them as army, and they will still later retire and still become ordinary civilian. The way they are doing, that like what Dama said on TV, Nigerian government should make themselves a subject to the civilian authority. It's as if they have the country on their own and they run their own team the way they like. Look at the other day in Kogi State, they went and blocked the governor of Kogi State along the road. That it will not pass. It took the governor to put a call through to the team of army staff before the governor can be allowed to pass. Just 4 or 5 Nigerian army along the road blocking a state governor. Look at the one that just happened in Taraba or Yobe State, when there was a clash between army and the police. In the night that day, they went and go and attack the police headquarters. The governor have to call them. So I can go on and on and on. It's embarrassing, it's depressing, and it's disgracing the country. I'm not happy with Nigeria, but that's why I always say this. I have no sympathy for Nigeria.
No, you don't. You also don't say that because they're also human beings doing that job. There are people's fathers, mothers, people's sons doing that job, and you don't even imagine the kind of condition that they do have to do their jobs. Have you been to any military? Have you been to any military barracks where these people are supposed to be living with their families? Have you seen a typical Nigerian military barracks? The condition that they're supposed to be living.
Are you 100% comfortable in that place that you are working? Will you be ventilating your hunger on the match when you come outside? And all of us are managing. I have my own work too. I'm managing. I'm not okay. I'm not the way I'm supposed to be. So will I be going outside and be attacking people unnecessarily with the all the answers that giving you? If somebody commit an offense, you be able to pay for it.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. You're very entertaining.
That's why whenever you see that.
Thank you so much. Let's let others get in on the call now. I appreciate you.
Please let me repeat this.
Thank you so much.
Let me say this, please.
Oh dear, apologies. Okay. All right. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. What's your name and where are you calling from?
This is Mr. Desmond calling from Lagos.
Mr. Desmond, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you. It is unfortunate, but if you can still have 7 out of 10 that are doing Yahoo in schools.
Can you help us turn off the volume of your listening device? I can hear the whole back and it's very unfriendly.
Yeah, I've done that already.
Go ahead, sir.
It's still a pass mark in a country called Nigeria.
I don't understand what you mean. 7 out of 10 doing Yahoo.
Yes,
There's only 3. Only 3 out of 10 students are not involved in Yahoo.
Yes.
And you said it's a pass mark.
It's a pass with where we're coming in from. Look at all our politicians. Name one of them that is saying that can want to put this country. If maybe one, you can get 1 or 2. We are learning from our elders. You cannot blame them. Where they learn it from? They pay for handout they didn't see. They pay school fees they knew how. They pay water before they can get water in the school. Tell me what they are not buying in school called federal government school. They increase anyhow in school. Is that not scam? What product do you want us to get from? If not what to breed us are going to be. Snake always give us a snake. Nigerian government have destroyed this country that our students are no more looking to have integrity for themselves. We're looking upon our elders. Who are the elders? Our leaders. Who want to be like this politician? He owns money. He owns aircraft. Who wants to be like this pastor? He owns aircraft. He owns this. I want to be like this man. I want to be like this bishop. This is what our elders have put us through. Look at the billions we are mentioned to renovate ordinary house, not building a house, not an airport.
Hello.
Or stadium.
calling for people to listen to. It's not listen to it's true. I want to be rich. I want to pay for my house bill. I want to pay for light. I want to live comfortable. I want to buy diesel for my generator. I want to have 24 hours in my house. How do I get it? Is it this way? You don't blame them. The people that bring us want to be like. Our leaders have disappointed us. Our nation have disappointed us. Our professors have disappointed us. So 3 is a pass mark with where we're coming in from. May God save this nation. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Hello. Good evening.
Good evening, Precious. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is John Legend calling from Michelle.
John Legend, go ahead. Let's hear you.
There is one question I want to ask you, and I want to ask them too. If Nigeria is their private business or private company, will they run it like this? Precious.
I am not a politician.
If Nigeria is,
I am not a leader.
Okay.
Neither am I a politician. Neither have I held any political position before, so I don't have an answer.
It's okay. You see, the only problem we have in this country is that we don't tell ourselves the truth. We always like to pile up things and start lying to ourselves. As long as we are still continuing running Nigeria like this, look at the budget. I have not seen anything concerning education and the bad roads everywhere, light and every other thing. But what I saw there is their own personal interest for their own welfare, not for the masses, not for anybody. It's for their own welfare. Look at just to renovate a house is about 16 billion naira. Are they going to build the kingdom of Jesus Christ in that place? An ordinary chief of staff, not as if that is the president of Nigeria. Now he is not building. Using almost 10 point something million, then using another 10 point something billion for ordinary laptop. How much do they use to produce the laptop? The company that is manufacturing the laptop itself, how much do they use to build the laptop they're manufacturing it from? That is spend almost 10 point something billion for only to repair, not even to manufacture a new one, to maintain. Precious, we shouldn't continue to lie on ourselves now. At least we go small school. Let me say we are highly educated like them, but at least we go small school. This is arrant nonsense. What they are doing there is just arrant nonsense. Thank you.
All right, I appreciate you. Thank you. Okay, so speaking about the renovation, Femi Gbajabiamila has now responded to that. The chief of staff to the president says he lives in his private residence, contrary to claims that there is a provision for the renovation of his house in 2024 appropriation bill. So Gbajabiamila made the clarification. Made the clarification in a post shared on his Twitter page, X handle. This following this particular conversation that is trending. Now, quoting it, he says, "I have seen social media commentary regarding the 2024 appropriation bill, particularly the provisions under the office of the chief of staff to the president." So he said, owing the erroneous nature of these reports, it has become necessary to clarify that there is no provision in the 2024 appropriation bill for the renovation of any residence of the chief of staff to the president. I live in my private residence, he said. Quoting him further now, he says the sums mischievously quoted by bloggers or news guys he says fake news merchants are for renovating the presidential quarters in Dodan Barracks. That is this amount now that we stated. Is for the renovation of the presidential quarters in Dodan Barracks and the Vice President's Lodge in Lagos, to overhaul the information management and communications facility in the presidency to meet modern standard and to provide vehicles for the staff of the presidency. That's 10 point something billion you've been seeing, especially the 10.1 million for computers. It is not for his personal communication. He says is to overhaul the information management and communications facilities in the presidency generally. So it's not for him personally as a person. It is to be used to overhaul the information management communications facilities in the presidency. Quoting him further, he says the sums proposed for these projects are clearly stated in the budget proposal and bear no resemblance to the deceptive commentary. He added that Tinubu's administration welcomes and encourages scrutiny of government expenditure, noting that the budget proposal is publicly available for everyone. However, a healthy public debate about government actions requires us to be responsible with our utterances and engagement based on facts rather than insinuations and falsehoods. So he's responded to it. Okay, so yes. However, I wanted to ask a couple of questions. If that 10 billion naira for renovation is for the renovation of, the vice president's Lagos lodge and the president's lodge in Dodan Barracks, I thought that those two houses also made it to the appropriation bill, and there was some money allocated to them on the appropriation. I mean, the 2023 appropriation bill. Yes, the supplementary bill. Yes, now. So those two places also. I mean, those two, because I remember then that we were all saying, okay, so the president has a house in Lagos. Why does he have to renovate the Dodan Barracks building if he also lives in Lagos? His personal residence is very befitting in Lagos for him to stay whenever he visits Lagos State, because other presidents, when they visit their states, they stay in their personal residence in their state. So why should a president not stay in his personal residence in his state? I remember that's what people were saying then. So if they made it, or those, the renovation of the president's quarters in Dodan Barracks made it to the supplementary bill, why is it now in 2024 budget again? If that is what Gbajabiamila is referring to. Okay? Same with that of Kashim Shettima. If his official vice presidential lodge in Lagos State made it to the supplementary bill budget, why is it still reflected in the proper budget itself? Or is it like a carryover? Maybe because it wasn't attended to in the supplementary, so we carry over. I think there are lots of clarifications needed anyway, but let's go straight to the phone lines. Hello, good evening.
Sure.
Sir?
How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
I'm Joe from Bariga, they call.
Oh, Mr. Joe, you're welcome. How are you? Sir?
Precious, you see the one that is annoying me.
Which one?
Even the people they massacred, they were treating them on the floor. Did you see the people they were treating on the floor? They were lying on the floor. And even if you check the environment of that place, there was no electricity, no school, no hospital. And it is very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. We don't know where Nigeria is going. And that place Nigeria is heading to. I laughed. It will be Sodom and Gomorrah that is facing us. Sodom and Gomorrah is facing us.
No.
Thank you very much, Precious.
Thank you too, my
Precious,
brother.
thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay. Let me just visit my WhatsApp messages because I have lots of reactions on WhatsApp. Adegboyega Adediji says, good evening, Precious. Evening, Russia. Don't be caught off guard, Precious. King Solomon in the book of Ecclesiastes told us that there is an evil under the sun, perpetrated, done and known to the rulers of the earth. But to ordinary people, it's seen as error, accident, mistakes. The truth is that there is a long list of bombing of innocent Nigerians in a period of 7 years or more. Yeah, I do remember that report that states that from, I think, 2017 to 2023, there's been quite a number of it. So he said no one has ever been prosecuted, arraigned. In fact, the investigation has seen no closure till date. And what do we do next? Okay, we move on with our lives, leaving behind the dead. Different governments with different styles of, disaster death identify with them. Some times ago, planes were falling like rain before we began to experience kidnapping, terrorism, banditry, etc. These are man-made, not accident, Adegboyega said. Oh, remember the era of plane crash here and there? Then that's what you were trying to say. Okay. And then Chuku, Rom Chuku, is it? Okay, let me get straight to it. This is Precious. 15 billion naira for Shettima. 10 billion for Gbajabiamila. He has said no, it's not. Just for house renovation. How much do they use to build the whole of Vatican City in Rome? Okay. Chuku Bukwa. Is it Chuku Guinea? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not reading that again. Okay, Comrade Godfrey from Surulere says, Precious, you were asking if the social vices as we have them now were like this during your days in the university. It wasn't, because the politicians then weren't seen to be amassing wealth as we have it now. The kids are watching and seeing the massive looting going on in government. And so, what do you expect? I hope this answers your question. It doesn't answer my question. It even makes it more annoying. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Thank you. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm Mr. Kingsley. I'm calling from Yanekwaja.
Mr. Kingsley, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. My dear, concerning the 10-point-something billion allocated for Bajabiala, for the repairing of the computers. You see, in this life, even if they like, let them put it 100 billion. What I know is that no one will ever die with money. You know, they forgot that there's a place after here. The place, then that place is sure, either hell or heaven. Let them continue. What I know is that whatever they sow, they will repeat. Then concerning the minister of FCT, you know, in this life, never you claim to be a god when you are not. You know, forces will come from here and there against you. This is just the beginning for Wike. He has not seen anything yet. Thank you and God bless you.
Okay, thank you. All right, let me go straight to YouTube now. Peter Lonyet says, enjoying the live show news from Moranga Town in Kenya, Africa. And Ganihu Wokori says, what kind of country are we living in? A situation whereby only 5 billion naira is being proposed for student loans for the entire student of the entire Nigeria country. Okay. And 3 times that money, 15 billion naira, will be used to build a house for one person, vice president. Okay. Saria Thoni GPS says, welcome to Nigeria, where the president wants investors, but the companies we have in Nigeria are all leaving one by one. I hope the people who said that they will show P2B has started showing themselves, Pepe. Okay. Deja Vu 2.0 says, what's the point? Okay, Deja Vu, you can actually make your point without being rude, without using spilling things that you cannot even fact check yourself. That if they call you now to say, come and prove how this thing happened, you cannot come and prove it. That's just the point. It's not that hard to be, not to be rude. You can actually make your point without, using words that are vowel. Okay. And Blue Venture says, precious. Not only you, Wakakom. Yes, so I trust me. I'm equal to the tax. Obitobi says, Tinubu wants to satisfy his men, period. And Mafam says, good evening, precious. I can see anywhere in a good country where this is done, or anywhere in any good country where this is done. Precious, you see, this budget padding, we should keep deceiving ourselves. 8 years going done. You say going. We don't enter another one. Obitobi says, Tinubu want to develop Western Nigeria. Okay. Quite a couple of calls still coming through. 0700 903 903 903 and 0700 903 9039. All right. This here says, it is very disheartening to hear a lot of things that should never be heard in a genuine democratic nation taking place in this country, Nigeria. The self-acclaimed giant of Africa has become the laughingstock in the Committee of Nations. Our hard respected security personnel have all been used to support illegalities to cripple the nation, becoming toothless bulldogs to politicians. The politicians have greatly, you said a lot. You said there was a country. Chinedu from Badagry sent in that message. Chinedu, I appreciate you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome.
My name is Jonathan, calling from London.
Jonathan, you're welcome. Go ahead.
It's only one panel we have today.
Go ahead. I am the judge and the jury. Only me, Wakakom.
You are the jury and you are the judge. You are
I'm the lawyer too. I'm the complainant. I'm the complainant and everything, and the defendant, all by myself. Please go on.
Okay, let me quickly jump on it. Okay, regarding this Kano, is it Kano Kaduna? Sorry,
Kaduna.
Yeah. So what I say there is that this thing will happen again. Permit me to say that it will happen again. There's no consequence for our actions. There's no consequences. That's why we might wake up tomorrow morning and say another one again. It will happen again. Permit me to say that. And regarding the chief of staff house, there's I'm reading one news this evening that some senior lecturers in ASU staff have started resigning.
Oh, but where were you yesterday? You didn't come to church yesterday here. You did not worship with us yesterday. Why? What happened?
No, I'm out of service yesterday.
Okay, because we actually carried that news yesterday. Yes, we heard that so many lecturers are resigning. In fact, they're even jackbarring. They're getting jobs. Some of them in even neighboring African countries, where they think lecturers are treated better.
So what I want to say is that we are talking about 5 billion for what was it called?
Student loan.
For
student loan. Yes, please.
If happens that maybe we can have the opportunity of a kind of publication of that budget, you will see the percentage of human capital index in that budget. How low it is. I don't know if you are trying to get what I'm saying.
Of course I do. That is if you scrutinize the budget, the money allocated towards helping people grow and investing in the lives of people, that's what you're saying, that it may be very low.
It's not up to 1%. It is not up to 1% of that.
But that should actually be priority. That should actually be one of the priorities of any government anyway. Things like health, education, job creation.
This is the brain box behind the country development now. All this, even let me tell you one thing, all this japa we are even talking about is people that are prepared. The graduate, the postgraduates in education, in health. Those are the people that it seems that it looks easy for. People that are prepared yourselves. You can't come to the Western world as if maybe if you don't have anything to offer them, it will not be easy for you to pick up. So, and these are the people the Nigeria don't value. So that's why people keep on trooping out based on skilled workers, based on professors, technicians. That's why people are embracing Nigerian technicians, Nigerian human capitals. So it's not everybody's. I can't see somewhere that they will value me or they will embrace me with all what I need, and somebody said that I'm not useful back home and I will want to stay. It will be difficult. So thank you very much. Let me use the floor for other people.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you. All right, let me go straight to my WhatsApp messages because I have so many of them, so I can quickly run through and do justice to them. Emma from Akowan just says, if Tinubu and his people are not taking Nigerian money with the billion going on, what are they doing? Let the journalists do their jobs. Okay, the one we're doing, what is it called? Please read my message. My name is Abuchi. What's the message? I said, okay, the girl's name is this is not within my show. Good evening, Madam Precious, please listen to me. Okay, you sent a voice note and I cannot possibly listen to it live on air. I hope you understand, right? Thank you. And then Ifeanyi says, Ifeanyi from Oshodi Mafuluku, what was that message you sent again? Okay, you said, good evening, VOP. To me, I would not call Precious APC leader, but I will call her INEC cheerleader because, okay, oh please, you guys just leave me alone today. I'm not in that mode, please. Okay, and this says, if this company leaves Nigeria because of, okay, and you sent me a picture. What's that picture about? Okay, a particular company making complaints. I don't even want to mention that until I verify. Are you kidding me? Procter & Gamble. Are you kidding me? It says Procter & Gamble is leaving Nigeria. Operation is going. Now only import. They go do right now. Yet another one. Okay. This is Hello Precious, the real queen of Nigeria. Please, pardon my ignorance. If the Senate and House have already passed the 2024 budget, what is all this fuss about in the first place? Are elected House representatives are so quiet and their silence is deafening to say the least. As for their senators, hey, they will still keep sending prayers to their emails. Ostino from Oludia Papa sent in that message. Hello, Ostino. Thank you. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, Sister Precious.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Meticulous Peter from Abanaje in Ikoton.
Meticulous Peter, you're meticulously welcomed. You go ahead.
Yeah.
Welcome. Go ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, actually, I want to speak on very few items you have mentioned so far.
Okay.
First, in my own opinion, I believe that the allegation on the students is a little bit fallacious and unempirical, since the man has not proved that very well to a logical conclusion. Secondly, concerning Wike, the protest in Abuja against Wike, I believe that they are just trying to give dog a bad name in order to hang it. The Hausa should be very careful. Then, thirdly, on the renovation of the chief of staff president in Abuja, although I believe that there's sense in nonsense. This is not the first time they are accusing of wrongdoing when it comes to fraudulent activity. So we should be very careful. In conclusion, I'm saying that this present government, though I'm not in any party for now, but I'm advising this present government of Bala Ahmed Tinubu to be very careful. If it continues this way, before the end of next year, there may be a revolution that may be worse than NSAS. You should be very careful, please.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. You know, so this it's just so heartbreaking. Are you serious? What's going on? So Procter & Gamble, a global leader in consumer goods, has announced plans to transition its Nigerian operations to an import-only model, effectively dissolving its on-ground presence in the country. This is just saying that about 5,000 people may be losing their jobs. Now, this decision stems from the challenging business environment in Nigeria, primarily attributed to dollar-denominated operations and unfavorable macroeconomic conditions. Thousands of jobs and millions of dollars in investment will be lost in the country from the company's move. Having been in Nigeria for over 3 decades, over 30 years now, the firm has invested millions of dollars in the manufacturing sector. The climax of such investment was the completion of the ultra-modern $300 million plant at Agbara, which, by the way, will be shutting down now that they want to shut down. And this is in Agbara, Ogun State. In 2014, that's when they, opened that plant up, making it the United States of America's large non-oil investment in the country. Largest non-oil investments in the country. According to the firm, during the 2014 plant launch, it provided over 5,000 jobs directly and indirectly through its offices, suppliers, and distributors, and has created over 20 SMEs. This is, coming months after drug maker GSK said they were quitting. I did also tell you about another oil servicing company that said they were also quitting Nigeria. This is very disheartening. I can go on and on with it. So in case you don't know who Procter & Gamble is, I don't want it to look like I'm making adverts for them. But they are the producers of most of the things that you use in your home. They have different products that you use in your homes that they produce. They actually vary, I could go on and on naming them, but let me see if I can remember a few of them. Yeah, they have sanitary pads. They also have the famous children diaper, the one that when you want to go and buy now, you call the name, I want to buy Susutin. They are the ones who make that particular diaper. They make sanitary pad, the one that's very popular sanitary pad. They are the ones that make it. And the soap that you use to wash, the famous detergent you use, they're the makers. They make, the famous one of the famous toothpaste that you use. They make quite a lot of, stuff. They are leaving the country. This is very sad. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. Because as this is happening, I dare say the prices of diaper for children. Parents are having children now. Hey, the price of diaper would skyrocket. The price of pad for women will skyrocket because the competition is beating down. I mean, their products is about the leading products in that industry. So it would skyrocket. Washing detergents, the price will skyrocket. Competition brings down price now. But now the major competitors are no more. They will be importing now, meaning that you'll be buying this product directly with value from the value of dollar. Hey. Hello, good evening. Good evening.
Pressure.
Sir?
How are you?
I'm not fine. I'm not
Why are you not fine?
I'm not fine. I'm sad. Go ahead, please.
Please don't be sad. Nigeria is really a joke. Something that is going on there makes me laugh sometimes.
Okay. So will you help us turn down the volume of your radio set,
I don't really have anything to say.
Okay.
I just want to say that it's really a pity what is going on in that country, because like what happened in Kaduna, over here, if somebody die on the street, whether you like it or not, whether you know who the person is or not, the police over here will find out what happened, how did the person die, and all that. But over there in Nigeria, if anything happens, they just take it as a joke. They just sweep it under the carpet and everybody goes their way because they don't care. All right. So I don't really know who is going to save that country. Believe me.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, you have a good time.
You too do have a good evening. Thank you. Bye. Oh my. All right. So this is good evening, precious. More is yet to come. Money spent for party primaries, for 2023 election campaigns, for 2023 election proper to buy INEC, for court cases, both in Nigeria and the American courts and CSU. Every money must be recovered. How Nigerians miss Peter be like this now? How does he does not have all these? Well, I think even Kwankwaso would have been, probably fairer. I pity Nigeria, my country. Talking about the killing in Kaduna, where are those that triggered the bomb blast at Ikeja military cantonment that killed over 1,000 at Ukiafa Canal? Where is the result of the investigation into the matter? I weep for this country. Livino sent in that message. And then this message says, precious, see the price tag. 57,000 naira. Oh, I saw that too. Price tag of Augmentin. I've been telling people about Augmentin precisely. I told people that it went from 2,500, it went to 5,000, then it went to 7,000. And I told people within the space of, I think 3 months, from June to now, it went from between 5 or 7,000 naira to 22,000. My dear brethren in the Lord, before I would say Jack Robinson, a particular supermarket is now, a pharmacy is now selling it for 57,000 naira. Someone bought it and posted this on social media. I don't know how true it is if every other, establishment or pharmacy sells it that same way. Well, Egege from Agege says, Sister Precious, I am not happy with you this evening. You may want to know why. The reason is a caller was dishing out facts about the bad governance of Nigeria. You made a move to stop him, and he asked you to please allow him to say what last expression, but he was done with what he was saying. I did correct him when he was using words that were unfriendly for radio, but I did let him finish. But if I didn't at the end, apologies. And then he says, please let Nigerians speak their minds. I have never stopped Nigerians from speaking their minds. You guys should also let me do my job, and should let this company remain, afloat. Nobody says don't say your mind, but say your mind with decorum. It's that simple now. Is it so difficult to keep decorum? It's not that hard now. He said, in as much as they are rational in speech, don't you see how Nigerian leaders are running Nigerian affairs as if there is no check and balance in governing Nigerians anymore? Nigerians' hard-earned taxpayers' money is being spent against their interest without accountability. That's what Agege from Agege says. Thank you, I appreciate you. Precious, I just wonder why people, especially Lagosians, are surprised at what they are getting from this government as presently constituted. Is it that those of us who live in Lagos don't know both President Tinubu and Chief of Staff Gbajabiamila represent what they represent? If Nigeria survives this government, then they will all hope for the future. Godfrey from Surulere sent in that message. And then this says Nigeria is the president is busy traveling all over to woo investors while multinational companies are leaving. What a shame. Okay. And then this is please. Okay, unfortunately I can't do that right now. And then yes, okay. Oh my goodness. So okay, I appreciate you. Let me just go back to my phone line. Hello, good evening to you.
Finally. Oh, God.
Oh, sorry. Has it been that hard?
Since I've been oh.
Sorry, honey. Sorry, darling.
How
sorry.
are you?
We're fine. But not totally fine. But you know how you ask a child how are you, she'll say fine, even if she's crying. That's how you feel right now.
I know. With God, all things are possible.
Amen. Thank
God
you.
will make it to be fine for us. Madam Precious.
Ma?
I just want to ask you, what is your size on
What is what?
What is your size?
Size of what?
Your clippers.
Way. Akuchinyere, don't. I don't want any personal gifts.
No.
I don't want any personal gifts from anybody. The only gift I want is to help Nigerians eat food this Christmas. That's this new year on the 1st of January. If we can just help as many people as we can. If we can even help put some children back to school, those that left school because their parents can't afford it, please. I can't hear you. Your line is breaking up. Your line is breaking up, Akuchinyere.
Can you hear me now?
Go ahead very quickly because another person is on standby.
Even though you don't want to accept my little gift to you, I just want to appreciate you.
Akuchinyere, don't do this to me. You make me cry. No.
You are the only woman that released my number to somebody in outside country. You are the only one. You did not deny me that access. I really want to say thank you.
No, you don't have to. Akuchinyere, can we talk about this another time, please? We are live on radio, please. Don't do this to me, please.
You don't know how I feel since I got that number. You needed to see the way I was sounding that very day. You needed to see the joy.
No, Akuchinyere, you don't have to. Honestly speaking, I appreciate you.
Even though you don't want to accept it now, I will do it for your birthday. Okay? I will do it for your birthday.
Don't do this to me, please. Don't do this to me, please. Thank you. Let me take another call. Thank you. Someone is on standby. Thank you, Akuchinyere. I appreciate you. Thank you. Bye. Hello, good evening to you. Sorry I kept you waiting. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Precious. Good evening, Nigeria.
The whole Switzerland is the whole of Switzerland country. Now I keep waiting like this. Welcome, Nedu.
Why I cannot
Nedu
wait
Abacha
for you?
Nedu Abacha Lut, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Maybe they don't project 10 billion for your side. You be happy?
You will be all right.
National, they know what call your name. Yeah. You see, Nigeria happened to those people in Kaduna.
So
may
sad.
their soul rest in peace.
Amen.
This is the kind of country we find ourselves. Let's say, before you know, they will set committee upon committee. Till next 20 years, no answer will come out of it. Inquiry upon inquiry, and each committee they are spending money on it. In fact, they will enter budget with committee. All these are, I will call it intentional, because after they will say this is the reason why they slow down in fighting the terrorists. I'm telling you, this is their statistics and their tactic. Okay, let me go to the next step. The companies that they are leaving Nigeria. I thought they said they are going to invite people. There are people who are willing to come to make investments. Which investment? When I tell you companies are leaving, Mr. Darlington is saying it, that companies are leaving. Nobody is believing it. You see, soon, I believe soon. Anyway, if what's come to worse, everybody will go back to farm. Farm what we eat, what we farm.
It is scary.
What we produce. It's heartbreaking. Now look at the people that are producing women things, most especially women things. They are leaving. they are living. People
So
that
imagine a family. Imagine a family that has all girls, and that's with all girls. What would they do?
I have girls, so I have girls. It affects me because as I'm talking to you now, granite and chocolate they eat because granite they eat for Christmas time. So can't chop granite.
I bet they go Buchi, I beg. Bye. I'm vexing that you're telling me to come and chop granite. Invisible granite.
Can't chop granite.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Bye. All right, I'll take a few messages. Sahid Barawa said, good evening, Precious. It's unfortunate that we find ourselves in this situation, that this APC government, especially the present one. Please, where are their supporters? Are they deaf or blind to see what is going on right now? My prayer is that may the lives of both their supporters and those government be okay. All right. Okay, I'll leave that. And it says, good evening, Madam Precious. Civil for APC, Madam Decorum for APC, Madam Decorum for APC, Madam da. There is God. Hey, people will not chop me raw. I'm doing my work. Precious Tinubu, keep it up. It's abomination to criticize your family people, Abi. Okay, we know what you are. And we know you are the Iyaloja's daughter. Are you serious? You're not going to kill me. And then he says, talking about Procter and Gamble leaving Nigeria, see what Nigeria is going through because of the ambition of a few. It's terrible. We have become a laughingstock among the Committee of Nations. We got what we bargained for, and it is good for all of us. This is the price for turning a blind eye to justice and equity. Leaving us from Ejigbo sent in that message. And then this says, good evening, Precious. My name is Usigbe Prince George. Please, I need a job as a forklift operator. Does anybody have a job for a forklift operator or terminal truck operator? He says since 5 months he has been out of job. Please, he needs job. He said he can work anywhere. Please, forklift operator or terminal operator. Bikono, you should help a brother get food to eat. All right, Lagos, let me quickly take a break. When I come back, I'll continue with taking your thoughts and reactions, and I go straight to the next conversation. My name is Precious A. This is still the Evening Rush. I'll be right back. Good evening.
My people, kudos homes don't carry better come again. They don't land gidigba inside Fairview Estate, waiting for Odobu Dunike, Enugu State, and them get better New Year and Christmas promo where they on ground. Buy one plot of land inside Fairview Estate for only 900,000 naira, and sharp, you go collect free bag of rice. If you can't double and come buy 2 plots, then go add bag of rice plus live chicken on top. If you come finally buy 6 plot of land, then go hammer you with 1 deep freezer and 1 bag of rice. Make you waka go their office at number 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Lagos State. Make you for buy your own now. You fit green them on top 090-5904-7514. Make I call them again 090-5904-7514. Fairview Estate now just 5 minutes drive from Godfrey Okoye University permanent site. 20-minute drive from Akani Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. Kudos Homes Limited. Come, make we help you live cooler.
How much is money? Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for an evening of jokes by the original owners. It's Comedy Checkup with Baba the Baba, the new me, featuring Wenga Denka, Mandy, Damola, Bow Joint, MC Shooks, Waki Talkie, Open Seat, Alicology, Dr. Buntu, Sammy Cole, 250GB, FA31, G-Clem, and many more. Special performance by Saxy Nue. Tickets, regular 5K, VIP 20K, VIP couple 30K, VVIP 50K, silver table 100K, gold table 500K. Date Sunday, December 10, 2023. Time 5 p.m. Venue Zaneta Hall beside 7 Days Adventist Church, Maryland, Lagos. For inquiries, call 080-5237-6699. Supported by Today's Gadgets, Electoral Concept, Fruitful Vine Resources Limited, Fruitful Vine Cakes, Media Partners, VOP FM. This event is produced by BDB Entertainment.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on The Evening Rush.
Good evening, Lagos. We are still on the evening rush. 90.3 Voice of the People FM from our studios. 28 minutes pursuing the 9 p.m. mark. And whilst we're still taking your thoughts and reactions, but I have a guest in the house. Let me quickly attend to him. So with me in the studio is Mr. Sunday Okechukwu Eyinta, and he's from Kudos Homes Limited. He wants to come and tell us how they will give us rice and stew and everything during Christmas. Mr. Sunday, you're welcome.
Thank you, Precious.
Thank you so much. So tell us what you have for us. What's going on? What's Kudos Home Limited about, or Kudos Homes Limited?
Okay, Kudos Homes Limited is a real estate company. We basically into real estate. We buy and sell properties, landed property and built properties.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, do you have branches across the country, or just do you have properties too across the country, or just in particular states, or you have states that are just of interest to you?
Yes, we have properties in Lagos, Ogun State, and Enugu also. And by the special grace of God, we get across other states.
So small time I can reach my river state too.
Of course.
Well
and
done,
in diasporas too.
Oh, what?
Yes.
You also get land for diaspora.
Of course.
What are we talking about?
We are waxing soon.
It's worldwide.
Yes,
So you could just say it's Kudos Home worldwide. All right. Okay. Interesting. So what are the prices? I mean, what makes your real estate company very unique? Because people are always vary. We know, they say landed property, they intangible, meaning say you need a rotten, you need a spoil, and you need to reduce for value,
Yes.
But then why would I want to buy from you instead of buying from others?
Okay. First of all, before I go into that particular one, let me quickly stroll to our properties that we have.
Okay.
Number one, we have the one we call Kudos Villa in Ibejuleki. That one comes with a C of O, and it goes for 11 million naira. And we have another one at Ishiwo Ekpe. That one goes for 700,000 naira. And
for a plot of land.
For a plot of land.
Okay. When you finish explaining to me, tell me the title documents of this land, because it's very important to know
no
before
problem.
my house will be demolished. All right, go ahead.
I don't know if you are covered if you are dealing with Kudos Homes Limited. Because we do proper investigation before we purchase any land.
Okay, good.
Because we are so much conscious of that particular angle. Because some of our clients think that they are the one that normally fall into the victim if such thing happen, but they don't know that we are the one that have the high heat of it, because we lose money, lose time, even lose clients, sometimes even end up losing your name of the company. So we take it so serious on us to make a proper,
do your due diligence.
Yes, before purchasing from Omonile or whoever. So as I was saying,
so you were naming your properties.
Yes.
Go ahead. So
issue a price go for 700,000 naira, and this particular one that we just give allocation last 2 weeks, about Wike Road, that one is 650,000 naira, and it will soon go up too, because the property is appreciated on a weekly, monthly, and a yearly basis. So the more the development come, the more the property appreciate. And we have this our newborn baby also. Second to the newborn baby, that one is called the Omuketu Ekpe. Muketu Ekpe goes for 600,000 naira, and when you buy a plot, you are going home with a bag of rice, and 2 plot, a bag of rice and a gallon of oil, and 3 plot, a bag of rice, a gallon of oil, and a chicken. So you don't have excuse. All those things for your Christmas parole is covered when you buy your Muketu.
Can you rewind that side again? I hear chicken. I have 2 plots. I want to remind them again. I beg. I like the sound of food. And
as I said earlier on, Umuketu Ekpe. If you buy a plot of land, you are going home with a bag of rice, and 2 plot, a bag of rice and chicken.
In Ketu Ekpe?
Yes. And 3 plot, a plot of rice, chicken, and a gallon of oil.
A bag of rice, chicken, and a gallon of oil.
And if you now do,
so for every additional plot I buy, you give me extra.
So if you go for 6 plots, you are going home with a deep freezer and a bag of rice and a gallon of oil. So the whole package
with goat's meat. Now why you not add goat's meat inside? No ram inside.
So we will look into that. And this particular one that I want to mention now, that one is in Enugu, horse selling. That one is located at Odobudo. Is just 5 minutes away from the Godfrey Okoye University, and 20 minutes away from Akanibia International Airport, and it goes for 900,000. Sorry for that, 900,000 naira, and it's hot selling. Yes. So you don't have
it's 900,000 naira. You said. So what do I get when I buy it now? So that I just teleport myself to.
Okay. You see, that one also because we are running our Christmas promo. If you buy a plot, you are still going home with a bag of rice too.
Oh, wow.
And that one too. So we want everybody that subscribe with us this particular month of December to go home with something.
Okay.
Which is very, very interesting.
All right. Very, 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 very palatable. It's not just interesting. Because do you know how much a bag of rice is? Well, if you do know, it's 50-something thousand.
Yes.
And this Christmas it may go as high as 60 or 70,000 naira. So giving me that is like giving me free rice to go and chop.
Yes.
And that's a lot of money. So so I did ask you a question before that you went back to.
Okay.
When I was asking about, although you tried to explain it, your titled documents and all that, because it's very important. We need you to take us back to it again, so that people will be sure that if they buy properties from you, their properties are secured and won't they won't come under any kind of pressure.
Yes, I understand. Before I move to that particular of your question, let me quickly call a company phone number in case of anybody that want to write the phone number down before, so they will not forget. Our office address is 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, Lagos. That's our head office, and the phone number to call is 090-590-47514. Let me easily call that again: 090-590-47514. Okay, let me go straight to your question about the authenticity of the properties and the documents. As I said earlier, Kudos Villa comes with C of O, that is a certificate of occupancy, and we have Dew Garden also.
All of your properties?
Not all of them.
Okay.
And not all properties that don't have C of O are not genuine.
I understand. So I wanted to know the documents that the rest of them come with. That's exactly why I asked you the question.
Other ones has a deed of assignment and register survey, and that
governor's consent and all of that. So that's why I asked.
So that does not mean that it's not authentic.
But that is the duty you'll be doing here now. So the reason I asked the question is not for you to throw it back at me like you're correcting me. It's actually for you to start educating people on the different title documents your land come with and why they are still valid.
So most of them, like the one that comes with deed of assignment, the C of O, some of them are still under process. Sometimes takes months, some takes years before it comes out. So we are working on them, but they are all 100% genuine. As I said earlier, if anything comes up on it, it will affect the company entirely. So we do our proper investigation before purchasing. In fact, we go to an extent of bringing the state government, the lands, people that are in charge of lands, to come and verify and check. Hope this place is not a place that is under allocation or accusation. So that it will not be tomorrow they will come again and say that they want to use that particular place. So we make our proper investigation very, very well before we purchase from whoever, the Omonile or the landowner that we are buying from.
Okay. All right. So that's great. Yes. So it's important that people are properly educated about these things so that they know exactly what to do. All right. So okay. So who are you looking at? Do you have any particular set of people in mind in terms of prospective buyers? Open to everyone.
It's open.
Or do you
everyone.
That sometimes if landlord wants to rent house, they tell you that you must be working in so place. You must be like this and like that. That kind of thing. So
do you know why, Precious? Our goal is to make sure that every Nigerian own their own properties. Are you getting me? Because on this earth, for you to be a lord, you need to have a land so that they can call you a landlord. Are you getting that? So we want everybody to own their own property, because landed property is the best treasure that you can have. And it's not necessary that you want to build on that. You can buy and keep. When it appreciates, you sell back and make more profit. There are some secret way of wealth that the wealthy men don't like to tell the poor, because they don't want the poor to be like them. The highest way of becoming wealthy is by owning a property. So that's why I advise everybody, even both rich, poor, average, you can start with small. Even you can deposit as low as 100,000 naira with Kudos Homes Limited today and start your journey of owning a landed property with us. So So as I'm saying, let me still call that phone number again in case you want to call us. The phone number is 070-460-14663. Let me call it again. 070-460-14663.
Okay. All right. So now when it comes to buying the land, somebody may not have all the money that they need at the time. So is there any room for installmental payments?
Of course, I said that earlier.
Okay. All right. So one can pay installmentally.
And we go for inspection from Monday to Saturday.
So do I have to pay for inspection?
Not at all. There is nothing like that. In fact, we make sure that we take care of our clients.
So inspection is free.
Free. You can come to the office, or you can also measure the nearest bus stop to you so that we can pick you up.
And then another major problem is allocation. How long does it take you to allocate? Because a lot of people will be like, oh, I bought this property from this reputable company for this XYZ long time, and I've not been allocated. So how long does allocation take?
Those are the things that makes us stand out in other real estate companies. We do instant allocation. Once you are done with your payment, the only thing that can hold your allocation is your payment. Once you are done with your payment, we allocate you immediately so that you can use your land for the purpose why you are buying it. So, and we don't have a specific kind of building that you must build. If you listen to me, you see the series of landed property that I mentioned. Most of them are below $1 million. You don't expect somebody that bought a land that is below $1 million and you're giving him a condition of this, a kind of structure that you're going to put there. It's like telling him that you want to have to build a skyscraper or this kind of thing, and is a land that is below $1 million. So we give you a room to build any house of your choice. Once is not a face me and face you and the mud house, so you can build your style of your choice.
Okay, and then you're sure that government will not come to work and say, no, this is not the plan we had for this area. Well, our plan for this area is that everybody must have skyscraper.
Yes,
you're sure that would not happen.
You see, there always be a survey, and there's what is called a building plan approval. That is when government comes in. Yes, is an estate, but when you started building, they will still give approval.
Okay.
Yes, you have to bring your plan to us. We see your plan. Then your engineer will take it up from there.
All right.
As the building is going up, then the state government people are in charge to check if the structure is what continuity.
Okay. All right. So you may need to run us through your numbers again so that we can have it. You say your offices are where again?
Our office is at 171 Egbeda Idimu Road, and you can check us on Google and Kudos Homes Limited.
How do you spell Kudos?
Kudos is KUDOX.
So it's like kudos to you.
Yes,
Go ahead. Okay. So run us through the numbers again.
Okay. The phone number is 090-590-47514. Let me call it again. 090-590-47514. And
you say you have lands in Enugu,
we have in Enugu,
Ogun State, and Lagos State.
So for now, so you don't have excuse. You can start with as low as 100,000 naira. Don't wait until
to pay your installment.
Yes, don't wait until you have that 5 million naira, 10 million naira. You find it difficult to get. And even you ladies, you can start with something. Don't
so
wait.
we too can be landladies. It's not just the men that will be landlords.
A lady surprised me. She bought 30 plots. That is 5 acres from us.
She wants to use it to do souvenir for people.
In fact, she's investing for her future.
I'm just joking.
Yes,
that's nice.
For her future. I do tell people, you know that you're ugly. You are not. You don't have character, and you don't also have a property. Sometimes now
it's not. You're saying that it's not good for a woman to be ugly and not have character, but then don't have property.
Also, that means a whole lot of things. You are being deprived for a whole lot. So at least try, as you are buying your Brazilian hair and all those iPhone,
and use one of the money for Brazilian hair to buy land.
Buy land so that you can bring something on the table when a guy comes.
So when they say, "What do you bring to the table?" You present your land.
Present your land.
Okay.
And if
thank you, sir.
The funny
one, call your number again. Let the ladies get angry and start buying. Call your number. Ladies, vex and start buying. Call that number again.
The phone number is 070-460-14663. Let me call it again. 070-460-14663. 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunday Okichuku Eyinta.
so
Appreciate
much,
you for
Precious,
stopping by of Kudos Home. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you all the best.
So,
and I'll see you later in the backyard to buy my own land so that I can present something to the table.
In fact, I would so much appreciate that.
Oh, yeah,
in fact, I'm going to give a discount for this particular
I have changed my mind.
I can see you're using iPhone 14. And you know,
unfortunately, I'm not using iPhone. I'm not an iPhone person. So, and you're advertising a product on my television. You pay on top of it. On my radio, you pay for it. Thank you so much. All right, Lagos, thank you so much for being part of the show. Let me quickly run through some of your messages, and then I'll call you today for the show today. Okay, so I received quite a couple of messages. Yes, and I see your reactions to, but sadly, okay, all right. And then this says, good evening, Madam Host. My name is Nnaemeka from Ejigbo. Yes, Nigeria will say their minds, but they have to do it with respect. My sister is getting out of hand. Mr. President is going all over the world looking for investors, but the ones in the country are folding up because of bad leadership system in Nigeria. And Nigerians are hungry, and also they can't have access to medication too because of the high cost of it. Very soon, all the health centers in Nigeria will be, God forbid, they will not be closed, but they have to save the country from shame. It's just too much. That's what you're saying. Oh my goodness, I can't say. It is really too much. Lagos, that's the size of our package. Let's call it a day for the day. My name is Precious Inye. Today, I don't smile at all. Thank you to everyone who's made the show a success. Thank you to the producer of this show, Promise Inye. Appreciate you. You can look her up on Instagram at Promise Inye Official. My name is Precious Inye. On Instagram, I'm at Precious Inye Official. Facebook is at Precious Inye. See you tomorrow, Lagos, at 6:30 p.m. Good night.